Hello and welcome to tilmamakes YouTube channel. Let's see in this video how I made a cute simple little lamp from scratch. Here I'll try to explain things starting from design to fabrication and few other important things required for any budding maker. As I told you in my previous video, this is not just about vlogging and giving you entertainment with dopamine hit, but along with that I want to make sure it's an educational content as well. So why did I make this lamp? I have habit of reading book in bed before going to sleep, and I don't want to get out of the bed to switch off the light. Well, this was one of the main reason, and yeah, I had a need for a lamp which I can carry around while doing my work. In brief, I want this lamp to be portable, cute, minimal, powered in both ways, battery operated and through USB cable, bright and got dimmer option so that before going to sleep I can read my books in dim light without disturbing my circadian cycle. The portability I'm achieving by using an old power bank that I have, and I have a USB light which is currently malfunctioning. So this project is also about upcycling a broken USB light and an old power bank. Let's start the design and understand the available design input. Any table or work lamp will have a strong base on which it stands. It should be heavy to stabilize the lamp, or it will fall down or get knocked by small impacts. Or it should be clamped to some surface. In this case, we already have a power bank weighing 240 grams as base on which lamp stands. This will stabilize the lamp weight. Let's measure the dimensions of power bank and get a CAD model. Both the arm and the lamp head will be made using beechwood. The design challenge is how to mount the lamp arm on top of a flat surface of power bank. It should not malfunction or dismount, and the USB ports and power button shouldn't be blocked. So I chose this configuration to hold the swinging arm in place and a straight swing arm with filleted edges. After doing LED light tear down, I found out the dimension of LED light strip. Based on this dimension, the lamp head is designed and shown. 45-degree miter cuts are much better in terms of aesthetics, but going for straight cuts because of tool limitation. All pieces are glue joined, and the hole which you see is for the LED cable. And we have finished the design stage. As I said earlier, I'm upcycling a USB LED light which is not working, most probably because of loose solder connections. Let's find out. Very carefully I open the light pendant using a knife and remove the connections using the soldering pump, and here are the parts. This LED strip is very bright, comprising of 10 LEDs giving 135 lumen max output, which is pretty neat for a lamp. In fact, it is bright enough to light up the entire room. The push button mounted on top of driver circuit can be used to get 5 different levels of brightness and on and off functionality. I soldered the driver IC with wires. The driver circuit is good and can handle high power input and surge, and is very tiny, that is 10 mm by 14 mm. The best way is to use micro soldering station. I'm not a pro in soldering, and I used the pointed tip of my regular soldering gun, and the hot temperature messed it up and ending up with this visible exposed area as you see here, and solder wasn't sticking at all. So I contacted my friend Amal, who is a hardware expert, and his project recently got published in Hackaday and Hackster websites. So he helped me with the solution. I scratched the spot, exposing the solder mask, tested the IC pinouts and soldered it. It was working. Actually, if you see my video, the table looks quite under-equipped, which is very true. I am slowly progressing towards establishing a full-fledged makerspace with all equipments and tools. Once I set that up, I'm going to open this place to public. One of the parallel goals is to set up a community makerspace which is not totally profit driven. I tried doing a temporary push button arrangement with this copper button. I love doing these junkyard hacks rather than using straight away standard options. But this was looking very shabby and it damaged the micro memory and SMD push button. As I said, it's a tiny delicate IC, so I wanted to freeze this IC from any physical interference or failures. I shopped 4-pin tactile push buttons, soldered them with thick wires, and moved this push button away from IC. Covered everything with shrink tubes, used the LED Light's plastic cover as casing for this and wrapped everything using insulation tape. Used a small plastic box to cover the push button. Let's have a look on how the wooden lamp is made. Entire lamp is minimally built using 21mm by 7mm beechwood members. Let's start with the base. I mark and chisel out the width and cut the two side pieces. I try to dry fit. If they are not mating, then sandpaper can be used to fine tune. Drill these holes and clamp them after gluing. Let's make the swing arm. After cutting to length, I mark the circles and use chisel to get the shape and drill the holes. I made a mock fit. This gives a rough idea about where it's going and allows us to visualize things. For the lamp head, prepared these members and started gluing and clamping one by one and tried to dry fit. And it's looking fine. Let's go ahead. Marked these areas and chiseled the material to required depth and drilled the hole. Carrying out a basic finish routine, first with sandpaper and then a fine coat of water resistant French polish, and then they go and take a sun bath. The LED SMD strip heats up to good temperature and I can't use foam or any such material, hence going for this wooden fork, which is quite strong compared to ice cream sticks, and I glue it. I'm using small tiny screws to arrest the LED strip, solder the LED ends and cut the maximum length of cable required. Then I soldered and joined all the wires and it's working. For the backing of light, I'm gonna use foam board. Since the chosen LED light is quite strong for bare eyes and direct weaving causes discomfort, so gotta diffuse the strong beam to get a nice warm tone of even spread light without hard bright spots. I'm getting this diffusion done by butter paper glued to a foam board frame. It's working great. Then I used double-sided tape to fix the lamp on power bank. I'm using two pairs of fastening units, each consisting of M6 bolt, 2 washers and a wing nut. By default, when you switch the lamp on, it will be in brightness level 1, brightness level 2, 3, 4, 5, back to level 1. I'm happy about the final product and I have used it for a few months now. It's absolutely useful and handy. Once charged, it's working for more than a month and it can strike few interesting poses as well. Thank you for dropping by and I hope this video is helpful. Do support the video and the channel.